You got your boy, Lydell Dinero. We back in the building, episode 282. We doing big things. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. NBA playoffs is here. Some ups, some downs to talk about. NFL draft is on the way. Anime awards is coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Euphoria is back. We're going to talk about that, of course. Plenty of stuff to talk about. I'm glad you guys are here today. Again, hit that bell, like, subscribe. Join us on YouTube so you don't miss any of the new videos dropping when they drop, whenever we drop, usually on Fridays or sometime during the weekend, depending on how the flow is going, you know what I mean? But you hit that bell, you never have to think about it. You know, you'll get a notification right when we drop. So, yes, welcome to another episode. Welcome to the weekend. It's your boy Lydell Dinero, another solo episode. Let's get right into it. Where's that theme song at? It's right here. It's the best of Bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of Bias. The best of Bias. Yeah, it's the best of Bias. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, starring yours truly, Lydell Dinero. I don't even know my own name sometimes. They're calling me handsome, no. You know what I mean? Welcome to another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, where we bring everything to the table. We talk about a little bit of everything in the sports and pop culture realm. If it's happening right now, we're probably bringing it to the table and talking about it. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're the family member, back for another episode, welcome to some new shit we got to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It is a new week. Hope you guys are, feeling good today. Whenever you listen to the podcast, I like to say all the time, you could be anywhere in the world, in the podcast world anyways, but you chose to click play with me today. And you know what I'm saying? Let your hair down, kick your feet up, whether you're going to work, being off work for the weekend, working out, whatever you're doing, the Best of Bias podcast for you. Help you get through your day and feel a little bit better than you were feeling before. You know what I'm saying? So can I do that for you today? I really do hope so. If you don't know me again, my name is Lydell Dinero. I'll be bringing the flavor that you will be hearing today. You know what I'm saying? I like to get on here weekly and bring pop culture and sports news from the past couple of weeks. And you guys are in store for a good one this week. You know what I'm saying? Playoffs are in full effect. And I will be talking about that. That'll be the first thing to get off the board because, man, I got a lot to talk about when it comes to my team, the Nuggets. So, and a lot of unexpected losses, a lot of unexpected victories. You know, the playoffs and the play-in have been pretty good this year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they can beat the rigged allegations with the way some of these games are going. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to see how it ends up. You know what I mean? Hopefully you ain't going to have me calling for no rigged allegations. But welcome again. Hopefully everybody's doing good. We can all do a breathe in, breathe out together. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for this shit right here. Hey. Out. In. Out. Man, sometimes, man, it'd be hard to breathe sometimes. We don't have time to stop and take a deep breath, you know what I'm saying? Get some new oxygen in and take a second to sit down and enjoy themselves. Some people gotta be go. No money out there. It's crazy. I went to sorry I'm cussing so much in the first couple of minutes, but I have to tell this story. But I went to Safeway. And if you're an athlete, if you like Gatorade, period, you stop by Gatorade in your local grocery store, maybe the gas station, get one of those nice sized Gatorade bottles for like 89 cents. Safeway, Walmart be having the cheap ones, 89 cents. Tell me why. $1 at the most, $1.29. I get it, $1.29. That $1.30, $1.50. Okay, $1.50 might be going a little too far. I might pass and go and get me a little Arizona or something for a quench or drink some water or something. But I went yesterday and for a single red Gatorade, it was $2.99. No jokes, bro. I laughed so hard, bro. I'm about to go buy me a 40 pack of water. It costs like 75 cents more than a fucking little baby Gatorade bottle. This is madness. This is crazy madness. So I just want you guys to know, again, this podcast don't get super political, but when it comes to economics and stuff, which is definitely part of politics, and shit starts to cross over into my realm of being, my brother, I know that's how it comes. Nobody cares until it affects you. I get it. I get it. People are saying gas prices is going up. I'm like, who cares? No, I wasn't saying that for real, but you know, I'm saying I didn't freak out. I kind of knew that's how it was gonna kind of go with what's going on out there in the world. But you go to a Safeway, you can't grab an 89-cent red Gatorade no more, and they want you to pay $2.99 plus tax. Fucking bring it $3.25 for a Gatorade, dog. Gatorade, we need to think about some different marketing strategies, or this is what it's come to. Or are we that down bad? It's spring, summertime right now, and you charging $4 for Gatorade? The little mini packs are like $10.99. I mean, hey, if it's a push to try to get people to drink more water, I get it. If it's a push to try to get people to buy more Powerade rather than Gatorade, maybe that's the thing. Because I know Gatorade has always been superior to Powerade in some people's eyes. I mean, I think what fast food chain is keeping it alive? Is it Jack in the Box keeping Powerade alive? But you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Also, I went to get some sandwich meat. Sorry guys, this is just a little self-reflection here. I actually went to Safeway and I've become a sandwich meat guy. And at the deli, find some meat you like, pause, and get it sliced up and make some sandwiches, you know what I'm saying? Sandwiches and cheeses, bro. You find a good pairing, put that on some good brioche bread. Hey, bro, you fall in love real quick. So I've become a connoisseur of lunch meat and making sandwiches and, you know, kind of doing things like that. So I found a meat that I liked. Again, pause, it's gonna sound crazy the whole time, but a pound of that sliced chicken breast, $17. I was like, hold on. Now I have to kind of like think about it. Like, I'm gonna buy a pound of this meat, but you got to be a little bit light. I thought I was gonna get me a whole bunch of the meat and just be able to make sandwiches for days, bro. If I'm hungry one day and put a couple of too many slices, that a pound would be gone in like 2 days, and I paid $20 for, bro. Ah, devastation. And that has nothing to do with what we're gonna talk about first. I'm sorry, I just went on a rant, but I was just devastated by that shit, bro. Two nut. All right, anyways. NBA, I hope your team's in the playoffs. Hope your team is not going through drama like my team is. But what is the playoffs without drama? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna start with the Nuggets. You know, we play the Timberwolves. I haven't talked to you guys since we've actually been, you know, bracketed, because while we talked last week, we were still in the playing phase, waiting to see what the one seeds or who the one seeds were gonna play on each side. We got the Magic ended up playing the Detroit Pistons, won the 8 seed there, beating the Charlotte Hornets. And on the west side, I think it was the Warriors. They ended up they lost to the Suns the first game. Who's the 8 seed now? The Blazers. They lost to the Blazers for the 8 seed. So we have the Blazers playing no, the Blazers won the 7 seed, and the Suns won the 8 seed. So they did lose to the Suns for the 8 seed. And the Suns are playing OKC right now, and I'm actually watching that game. But yeah, I would like to see the Suns at least win one game, just because the Nuggets in their series, they already lost the home game after winning the first game at home. No, I can't be too mad about it, because, you know, the series doesn't start until the opposing team wins on the home team's floor. You know what I mean? And they stole one. We were supposed to go up 2-0. We were up 19 at one point in the game, a couple of days ago. But this Timberwolves team that we're playing now is resilient, man. Maybe our biggest ops in the whole league. We end up playing this team all the time. 5 times in the regular season. We had a series against them where we beat them to go eventually win our championship. And then a couple of years ago, they beat us in 7 games on our home floor after leading them by 20 games in the closeout game. So a lot of history there, a lot of tension, a lot of smack talk. First game went kind of according to plan. I don't like how the Nuggets are playing really in the playoffs, and kind of to end the last season. Though we're on in this season, even though we were on like a 12-game winning streak to in the season and won the first game in the playoffs, putting us at a 13-game win streak, I still didn't like how we play. We get down early, we have to fight our way back, or we get a big lead early and the team ends up clawing their way back. I don't feel like we need to win every game in clutch time or lose every game in clutch time. I'm not saying, okay, let's get blown out, but I'm just saying, like, let's play like the team we're supposed to be. We're the 3 seed, they're the 6 seed for a reason. Though their player, Anthony Edwards, has been their main player, been hurt, a good majority of the season. Ending the season, we lost Jokic and damn near our whole team for a majority of the season. So it's not necessarily an excuse. It's like, it's a wash there. And we still have Peyton Watson out right now, but it's going to take a full team effort, man. Jokic is still not playing Jokic ball. He's going to have to have 30 plus points in every one of these games to comfortably beat these guys. The high 20 point triple double isn't going to get it done. We've already seen that Jamal Murray can put up 30 plus points, and him barely getting 20 points isn't going to get it done. We're not going to get a consistent contribution from Cam, Aaron Gordon, as much as we want to get a contribution constantly from Aaron Gordon. It's not going to be constant. His health isn't there, as well as, sometimes it has to be somebody else. Tim Hardaway Jr., Christian Brown has to play beyond himself sometimes. Big Val has to get those backup center minutes without playing stupid. Though they try to go small when they take out Rudy Gobert, I think Big Val should still be able to beast people, at least get all defensive rebounds. That's what we need the most, because they weren't shooting really well. Either game in the series is just that second chance points are the bane to our existence. And, when they run 5 out and we have Jokic on the floor and they have all shooters, we don't rotate enough to, catch the open man on the late swing, and they always hit a 3 that way. So we have to clean it up. We were up by 19 in game 2, and we let the referees take the game back. Bunch of fouls, slowed our momentum down. We could have went up by plenty more, but they slowly chewed their way back with 3-pointers and free throws while we were just trying to run off our momentum and eventually cool down, which kind of fucked us over. And then once Jokic went out and Big Val came in, he was just committing foul after foul and making his contribution kind of detrimental to us. And, us have to play small when we needed another big to go when Jokic was out. Having Aaron Gordon trying to guard Rudy Gobert was crazy in game 2. It's a lot, man. And for us to be up for every award this season and not get it, it just has to light a fire under the Nuggets right now. Us being 1-1, we're supposed to be 2-0 going to Minnesota now. Now we have to be perfect, at least still one there. Hopefully still this first one, if not still the second one. And then take the momentum back at home and just ride it out 6-7 games, man, if we have to. I wanted to do it in 5. If we can win the next 3, hey, bro, power to you. But, man, like, Jokic is probably going to lose the MVP. They're probably going to give it to Shai or Wemby. Clutch Player of the Year. Shai won that over Jamal. 6th Man of the Year. I think Keldon Johnson won 6th Man of the Year over Tim Hardaway Jr. So they're playing with y'all name. So if anything, use the hatred of the league. Whenever y'all do good, they don't want to talk about you. But whenever you do bad, they're ready to talk about the opponent that beat you. You know what I'm saying? They want to put you up there and say, y'all good. But whenever anybody is slightly almost as good, they just automatically assume that they're better. And they slight y'all at every chance they get. Nuggets, get it together. You got Jaden McDaniels talking about nobody can play defense, ain't nobody gonna do shit. Yeah, and this is the same guy that punched the wall after losing the series. Anthony Edwards was throwing chairs at fans after losing series, bro. These fools are immature crash outs that if one sign of uncomfortableness will crumble like cheap tissue paper. So Jokic, keep putting that pressure on him. Jamal, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let him get under your skin, AG. Peyton Watson get healthy because we need that tenacity, that defense. They want to talk shit about our defense. Show them what we can do, bro. They must have forgot. They don't give us no credit. They trying to give us a one-time champion kind of label and just kind of poo-poo our championship run. So let's show them what's good, man. Stop trying to make everybody think we ain't got no tough players. You know what I'm saying? Russ was there last year and everybody was toughing on the giddy up. Bro, let's go. Stop being little bitches and let's play. Push back, fight back. Niggas think they're hella cool at the post-game interviews and fucking sunglasses, fucking hats, talking about just, bro, they're not ready for the big spotlight. They got to the Western Conference Championship 2 years in a row. They're not ready for that shit. It's ours to take, bro. And we'll get to the Spurs in a second. When Wemby down right now, this is our opportunity to take this side of the bracket and just see what we can do at OKC or whoever is coming from the other side, bro. Get your shit together. Let's play ball. But anyways. Yeah, Timberwolves leading that series. Hell no. It's tied 1-1, but it feels like Timberwolves are winning the series after last week for some reason, to me and a lot of the fans in the Nuggets Nation. So we're gonna see what happens. Spurs and Blazers, that series is also 1-1. Game one was kind of more so, sorry I don't have the scores for you guys, but if you guys watched it, you know. Game one was more so dominant, like it should be. I think, fucking Wemby scored like 41 points or some shit, 35 to 41 points or something crazy. But people still wanted to see him do more in the rebounding area. We know he can play offensively. We know he's a defender. You know, he's tall as fuck, can block every shot, change everything, change the dimensions of a game just by how tall he is and clogs up the paint, changes everybody's mind about how they want to shoot a shot. You know what I'm saying? Other phases of the ball where he's supposed to be automatic, he shouldn't go a game without having 20 rebounds. He's that tall where he should grab everything. You know what I mean? Though he takes a lot of shots, he's so tall, he should be able to shoot within the within the paint. If he shot the ball, he should be the first one to his rebound to be able to grab it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He should be dominant on every phase. But that's why I think people are so quick to try to give him he got the defensive player of the year, first unanimous ever, youngest player to win it ever. Maybe the youngest player to win it ever, but he did get it unanimous. Second player, in second place, I think Chet got 76 second place votes and no first place votes out of 100. So it wasn't even close. And I think they gave him a trophy for the most blocks in a season or some shit like that as well. Shy got a clutch award and the scoring. No, I think Luka got the scoring championship, but everybody's stacking up on awards this year. But, you know, I think Wemby is just kind of doing a little too much. His team is stacked from the OKC disease where you guys were I wouldn't say tanking, but just bad for a whole bunch of years and stacked up somehow the number 1 and number 2 pick year after year. And, we're able to stack a bunch of talent and that young talent is able to be better right away with a couple of veteran presences like Fox and Harrison Barnes, you know, and with the raw talent of Harper, Castle, Wemby, Vassell, all those young guys are playing beyond themselves right now. But again, with these young teams, they have to take the lumps and pay their dues. And I think the Spurs, and we saw Wemby getting hurt in game 2 and knocking his head. Yeah, he got a concussion. It was kind of scary to see. That fall was nuts. He might be out a couple of games. We'll see what those young Spurs can do without the cheat code. And if the Blazers do get by him, man, hey, we have to also question as great as Wemby probably is gonna be is these injuries, bro. They just stack up. You know, say right when we think he's back, he's better, nothing's gonna happen, he's good, go. Something else happens. Blood clots, calf, a concussion. Just be random ass shit too, just for I think him trying to do too much and prove too much. Just let the game come to you. We believe that you're gonna be great. They're already trying to give you MVP. They're already trying to call you the best player in the league. I know you want to prove it, but hey, just chill a little bit. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. Oh. But yeah, that series is 1-1 now because Wemby is probably going to be out at least one game. People are thinking it may be two, just because the evaluation it takes for concussions in basketball, and then flying to Oregon to play the Blazers in Portland for the next 2 games. You can't really fly with a concussion either, so it's going to take some time for him to get back and join the team. So who knows when he's able to play? Maybe when they come back uh, to San Antonio, because they're going to play, I think they play Friday and Sunday for the next 2 games. And then, you know, we'll see what happens there. But, you know, I still think the Spurs are going to win it. But if the Blazers and Danny Avdija and the Jeremy Grant company, Dylan Klingon, can beast up with Wemby being out and they win it, hey, they can prove it to somebody, man. They're tough. You know, when Dame comes back, Drew Holiday, veteran presence there, hey, they could be good for years to come. Scoot Henderson, of course, putting 31 points up when Wemby wasn't there. People not scared to go to the hoop when he's not there. You have a lot of room out there to do what you want driving, and Scoot was doing that shit. So it's 1-1 for them. Of course, I'm going to start with the West first, as you can see this pattern here. And then we had Thunder and Suns. We you know, it's not really much to talk about that. I think the first game they blew them out. I don't really watch the first game because I can't stand the Thunder, but. Right now, it's a little closer than the first game. It's the first quarter right now in game 2. It's 28-24. OKC is winning. But we'll see what happens. No series. Actually, there's a couple of 2-0 series. The Cavaliers in Toronto. I mean, that one's I'm not really going to talk about really much because they're getting blown out. Toronto's just no caliber. Once James Harden went to the Cleveland Cavaliers to help with the core they have, it just, you know, whatever seed they got, I don't know. Their matchup, they can win any matchup they play potentially just because of the players they have. Spider and Harden, Mobley, and why am I always forgetting this man's name? Mr. Fro. Always. Anyway, I'm doing him dirty. I know. Did he get traded though? No, I think he's with the squad. Jared Allen. Thank you. Thank you. That was gonna bug the shit out of me. Max Struess. That's who I was talking about last time. I couldn't remember his name either. But shooting, yeah, they have a squad, man. We'll see what happens, man. They could possibly do something. They're I'm not to the east yet, but yeah, Toronto's getting fucked over. But Thunder Suns, of course, you have Shine on the team, and I think the first game he scored like 20, maybe he had 30 points, but he had 15 free throws, 15 points off of free throws. You know what I mean? He's still doing the shit that everybody kind of hates, foul baiting, scoring from the free throw line. But hey, man, he's a great player, man. But I wish it wasn't overshadowed by the way he's playing. And people can give him the accolades without all that bullshit shenanigans. People killed Harden for it. But this guy is doing it, and since he wears cool clothes, everybody's just okay with it. You know what I mean? And giving him MVP, back-to-back MVP is nuts. If you ask me personally, the number just based off the one seed, and he wasn't even the scoring champion. Like the fuck, he wasn't even the scoring champion. Didn't lead in assists or rebounds. Wasn't defensive player of the year. Wasn't even considered for it. So just to give him MVP, it would be stupid as fuck. And how is he the clutch player of the year? How is he the clutch player of the year? Anyways, let me get off topic. But anyways, it's 1-0 and they're playing right now. And then we have the Lakers and Rockets in the most unexpected series, with Luka and Doncic and Austin Reeves being out for the Lakers, just being LeBron and company, and a fully healthy Rockets team, presumably. People were thinking Rockets were going to walk through the Lakers, but these talking heads, they don't really know shit for real. They just be talking and assuming, and we just follow what they say just because they've been on TV for years. They've been fucking me over in fantasy all the fuck. You can tell I'm kind of bitter, you know. But anyways, yeah. Lakers and LeBron turning back the hands of time. KD actually being hurt the first game out of nowhere. Nobody had that on their scouting report. And without KD, of course, Houston wasn't gonna have what it takes to beat the squad. But now KD comes back and he still looks kind of hurt, man. He still looks statuesque while LeBron is running around there at 41, hella limber as fuck, dunking and shit, doing windmills. You know what I mean? It's crazy to see. And if Luka is able to come back later in the series, you know what I'm saying? The home team, the higher seeds are supposed to win the first couple of games anyways at home. So the Lakers are technically doing what they're supposed to do, but nobody expected them to win with Luka and Austin Reeves being out, except for Lakers fans probably. Let me not take the credit from them. But yeah, even with KD being back, a lot of the drama in the offseason or towards the trade deadline with the burner accounts and stuff is showing, man. The team is not performing well. Reed Shepard is not playing at all. I don't know how he got completely phased out of the game. Whenever they play against us, he's their fucking highest scoring player. But he can't play against he can't play against the fucking Lakers, bruh. Like what? Marcus Smart's playing really well for the Lakers, hitting threes. Last night was a really good game, really good win for them in front of their home fans, man. Inspiring a lot of confidence. We'll see when Luka and Austin Reeves can come back, but I expect the Houston Rockets to win the next game. If they go down 3-0 without Luka, then, bro, the whole squad should be fired. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see what happens game 5, 6, whenever the other players do come back. But man, hey, shout out to the Lakers, shout out to LeBron, man. He ain't going out. Bronny playing in playoff games, important minutes because of the rotations and the people being out. It's cool to see. Again, that's 2-0 Lakers, surprisingly. Detroit lost their first game with Cade back. Come back from that collapsed lung. He was playing against Orlando. Orlando was able to beat them. Everybody's kind of sleeping on Orlando's defense. They can't really shoot that well. They got Bane, but everybody else can't really shoot. But they got a bully in there with Wendell Carter as a big, and they got defense, man. And in the fast break, they can score points. So, any given night, they can give you one of those, Paolo Banchero, on a sneaky list of youngest players with multiple 25 plus playoff point games. I think he is tied with like Michael Jordan or some shit like that. Like Wilts doesn't have it. That's a pretty cool company to keep. I like Paolo a lot, and people give him a hard time during the regular season. Thinking that, oh, maybe you should trade him. Next year he won't be there just because of some rumblings and some tension he's had with the head coach and just sometimes how bad the team looked, especially in that first playing game when they got whooped. Yeah. So now they're looking okay. Paulo's out there putting on the show, dunking on people. You know what I'm saying? In the first game, at least. Second game, I just watched that one. That one just ended as well. Cade and company came and blasted this shit out of Orlando. Beat them by like damn near 30. So that series is tied 1-1. A lot of good series, man. A lot of people thought these upper seeds and a lot of these other teams would just walk over everybody. Surprisingly, it's Cleveland and Toronto series that's being lopsided in Houston and Lakers. I guess people thought it was going to be lopsided in that series, but it's the opposite way. Again, on the opposite side, we have Celtics versus Philly. First game, when as planned, Celtics were at home. Of course, you had Tatum and Brown back together in the playoffs. Derek White, everybody, usual company. They did their thing, held it down for the home crowd, but in the second game, it got a little trickier. You know what I mean? Philly came out, edge come Maxey, was putting on for the team. They got hot, made shots instead of missing them. And showing that it's going to be a challenge, man. It's not going to be a walk in the park. They did, the past years when they were super dominant, Celtics wise, and they had Porzingis and they had Drew Holiday still, had Al Horford. A lot of that experience is kind of gone away, and I don't watch a lot of Celtics basketball, but you can kind of see it reflected in the score. Like, never in my days would an Embiidless, uh, uh, Philadelphia 76ers go out and handle, that Celtics team that everybody thinks is going to win the championship or be in the championship against OKC. So for to see them to come out there and do what they can and Embiid not be back yet, if they can, at least win another game at home, leave out that 2-2 and Embiid come back when you go back to the Celtics, hey, we could be in for a good series. That series is a 1-1. And again, it's going back to Philly for game 3. The Knicks and Hawks, another one of those. Hawks won handily the first game in front of the home crowd talking shit. You saw Cat at the table over exaggerating the taste of that Gatorade on some weird shit. Things was big and high and heavy and hot. But the Hawks come in as an underdog team, being a team that got hot towards the end of the last season and was being kind of talked about as a sneaky upset team. After the first game, everybody kind of lost that confidence, but in the second game, they came to play. Knicks were riding high most of the game, thinking like a runaway, but they get that 2-0 lead and just kind of coast on to a series win. But CJ McCollum and the Hawks had another plan. They came out there, stole that win, and everybody started hating CJ McCollum in the Garden like they were doing Trae Young when he was playing for the Hawks. But, even though CJ McCollum is a nice guy, you know what I'm saying, you can't really see him as a villain. When he was in Portland with Dame, he was talking big shit. I saw him as a villain a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I hated playing them when it was him and Dame, bro. But good to see them winning to make that series competitive. I like to see these big market teams shake a little bit. If the Lakers sweep, they're never going to hear the end of it. But we'll see what happens with that. And then we talked a little bit about Cleveland and Toronto. There's not really much to talk about. I'm just going to assume that Cleveland's probably going to sweep, maybe winning 5. You know what I mean? Gentlemen sweep. But yeah, that's it for NBA. Again, Thunder, Suns 1-0. Thunder up right now. Spurs, Blazers 1-1 going back to Portland. Nuggets, Wolves 1-1 going back to Minnesota. Lakers, Rockets is 2-0 going back to Houston. And Detroit is 1-1 with Orlando going back to Orlando. Celtics and Philly are 1-1 going back to Philly. Knicks and Hawks are 1-1 going back to Atlanta. And Cleveland and Toronto are 2-0 going back to Toronto. So that's been your playoff update. Didn't want to stay there too long. Damn, it's already almost been 30 minutes, but a lot of topics today anyways. Got us smooth. That's all I really want to talk about. But NFL draft is coming up tomorrow. Do not miss it. Round 1 tomorrow. Big things happening. Big things are going to happen. Trades are going to happen. Surprises are going to happen. We're hearing that Jeremiah Love is going 3 to the Cardinals. Everybody thought he's going to go to the Titans. Mendoza, number 1 is kind of automatic, but who will go number 2? Is it David Bailey? Is it Arvell Reese? Who will the Buccaneers pick? Are we picking Messidor? I wouldn't mind the guard from Penn State if he's there. That'll make our defense crazy. Kenyon Sadiq, bruh, I wouldn't mind getting my Oregon player if they feel like they want to take him, but I wouldn't mind us passing on him. Just for the fact that I don't think we need a tight end, bruh. I think we need a pass rusher that can. I've been waiting for one of those superstar pass rushers that can just blow tackles up and shit like that off the bat, and just not have to worry about his production. Just one of those superstars. Aiden Hutchinson, fucking Myles Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Could we have one of those guys that develops into something crazy? We've had some shit like that back in the past. We've had Shaq Barrett. We've had JPP, but they haven't been that guy from jump that has been giving you, that we have to pay a whole bunch of money for because he was that good. We need that kind of pass rusher. We need that kind, and we need Jacob Rodriguez in the second round. I wouldn't even mind if we traded back, got Rodriguez late in the first, grabbed pass rushers, doubled up with pass rushers in the second round, and then grabbed or a DB. Like, hey, I fuck with Jacob Rodriguez. It's heavy, and I feel like that's the perfect middle linebacker. So whatever we have to do to get him, I think we should get him, bro. I think we should get him. I think we should get him. Even if it's trade back to the end of the first round, we'll take what's ever left over for the linemen, receivers. We'll want something. We want early second round picks for that shit. But tomorrow, tune in. This weekend, it's gonna be a lot. Friday. I love how they do it Thursday, so that we ain't on Sunday waiting to see what happens. I hate that shit. So Thursday, and I think they do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I would have to think that they do it Saturday though, because it'll be interesting. Yeah, because they'll start late at the nighttime, like about 5 o'clock on Friday, Thursday and Friday, and then maybe in the morning on Saturday. Because I know they ain't gonna go rounds 2 through 7 on Friday. They couldn't do that. I think rounds 2 through 3. Hmm. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but tune in. Hope your favorite team gets somebody good, and I'll be back. I'll be here to review it afterwards. You feel me? So. Yeah. Anime Awards, quick pop culture take on them. Anime Awards is May 23rd for Crunchyroll. They have some good stuff here. I don't know if you guys are anime heads. I don't really put on for my anime heads enough, I feel like, in this pod. So I wanted you guys to be a little bit aware for my anime heads out there what some of the categories are. There's hella, and there's some shit that you guys probably don't care about, like best Italian dub, best Arabic, Arabic, that's the word. Arabic dub, like shit like that. We have a couple here that should be kind of cool. See how you guys feel about it. I'll give you guys my opinion on some of these. Starting with the best new anime. A lot of these I didn't see either. So if you guys seen it and I butchered the names of some of these characters, I do apologize. But some of this shit I do need to watch. Starting with best new anime, we have Levitas. Never seen it, never heard of it. The fragrant flower blooms with dignity. Gayakuda? I forgot it. Gachiakuda, that's how you say it. Gachiakuda, one of my favorite new anime on Crunchyroll. You should check it out now. Super dope concepts. Super original. I love the implementation of hip hop. You can tell there's a lot of black voice actors, which I like a lot as well. I fuck with it. Heavy. Sakamoto Days, that was one of my favorite animes, one of my top animes of all time, actually. It kind of follows in the realm of kind of like, I want to say, a One Punch Man. Sakamoto Days is amazing on Netflix. The summer, Hikaru died. I've never seen that in my life or heard of it. And Togepi's Original Sin. For me, of course, it's going to be between Gachi Yakuda and Sakamoto Days, but Sakamoto Days, since I kind of know in this little sneak preview of some of the nominations, Sakamoto Days isn't really nominated for hella like Gachi Yakuda is, so I got Sakamoto Days winning the best new anime, even though I think Gachi Yakuda may win it. But I don't know. I haven't seen any of these other ones, and a lot of these other ones are in a whole bunch of different categories too, so they had to be good. But I got Sakamoto Days for best new anime, which I got. Best supporting character, we have Engine from Gachi Yakuda. We have Gigi from Dan to Dan Season 2. We have Jinshi from the Apothecary Diaries. We have Bakugo from My Hero The Last Season. We have Luina from the Apothecary Diaries. And then we have Turbo Granny from Dan to Dan Season 2. Turbo Granny doesn't really, she's in some episodes, but she kind of gets lost in the seasons. And doesn't really do much after the first couple of episodes when she actually gives Okarun the powers. She kind of just fucks off and just for comic relief. So I'm not picking her. Again, I haven't seen the Apothecary Diaries. To have two characters in here as best supporting character, it gotta be kind of raw. Engine from Gachi Yakuda is fucking dope as fuck. Gigi was cool in Dan Dan, but she was weird. She was weird. I think she was the one with the hair, and her backstory was fucking crazy as fuck. Though I ain't gonna lie, with the spirit following her, just wanted to be her mom and shit. Like she was nuts. And then having her around, just kind of like having somebody that hella likes Okaroon, even though he's hella interested in Momo, was kind of interesting as well, because my homie got a little bit of action, a little bit of motion. You feel me? I see you, Okaroon. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I will give it to Engine, because Engine was dope as fuck. Engine had the swag. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if he was going to turn on Rudo anywhere in the season. I got a feeling he was going to be a bad guy, but I'm glad he didn't turn out to be a bad guy, because he's one of the dopest characters I've seen in anime so far. Especially one of the good guys, bruh. Engine was dope. But I got Engine for best supporting character. Even though Bakugo in the last season, bro, his little contribution to help beat All For One got a little emotional. It got a little emotional, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I gotta go Engine though. Best action. We have Dan season 2, Gachi Yakuda, Kaiju number 8, My Hero Academia last season, One Piece, and Solo Leveling season 2. Brother, this is gonna be this is a tough category right here. Dan season 2 had a lot of action, especially the last, like, the Gundam episode. That shit was actually hard. Um, Dan, that was action filled. Gachi Yakuda was too. Those fights were nuts as fuck. But Kaiju number 8 was crazy as fuck. A lot of, but I don't know, man. One Piece, bro. The shit was nuts, bro. It's always gonna be, but fuck. Solo Leveling was epic as fuck. My Hero, this whole last season was nothing but hands, though. Nothing but fucking hands. I don't know. This is tough as fuck. Who you got, AK? Who you got? I'm gonna go One Piece though. This one, One Piece. How this arc ended was super emotional. Just because I saw the first English dub of the first English American dub at Comic-Con, live action. Yeah, this arc got crazy. The fucking 3 hour long, 3 episode long. Well, it was more than that. Whole arc long, damn near. Rob Lucci and Zoro fight. Shit was nuts. Shit was nuts. The whole well, I know the Vegapunk speech was an action, but it was going down. It was going down at Egghead Island towards the end, especially when all the admirals popped up and the Seraphim were going off. It was a lot. So One Piece, I will have to give it to them, because again, this is one of the only categories they're in, so I'm gonna give it to them. Best character design, Apothecary Diaries season 2, Dan season 2, Gachi Yakuda, My Dress Up Darling season 2, One Piece, and Togepi's Original Sin. Whew. This one I might have to give to Gachi Yakuda, because the way that each individual character has their own individual, I know that's how it is in each anime. Each side character has their own traits that make them unique in their special way that makes the audience fall in love with them. But Gachi Yakuda, bruh, them fools are in a trash world. And they made wearing trash items and having trash objects look swaggy. I think the best character design, Engine looked raw. Once Rudo got swagged out, he looked raw. Half the people on their squad looked raw. On the cleaners, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go Gachi Yakuda. Best main character, we have Izuku Midoriya, of course, My Hero. Mao from the Apothecary Diaries. Momo from Dan, Okaroon from Dan season 2 both. Rudo from Gachi Yakuda, or Sun Jinwoo from Solo Leveling season 2. Best main character. So it has to be from this year. Best main character. I might have to go Okaroon. I like Okaroon just because of how layered he is. Once he becomes, once Okaroon becomes, what's his name of his shit that he becomes once he flips that switch and just comes, this is a drag. And it's be turning up. And just the whole arc of him losing his balls, him liking Momo, but him being a nerd, and just all the shit that he goes through. I like his story arc. I know Midoriya, he went through a lot this last season, and his arc kind of came full circle. Really emotional, so it's kind of hard not to give it to him for that. Sun Jin-woo is just an OP person, regardless from the beginning. Like, though he was like, the selfless person at the beginning, got fucked up. But once he got his powers and the shit he just became OP. Just the OPness never, the OPness, the OP of him never stopped. So it just became a lot. For me personally, what else cool? I'm just gonna go just for this being the last season. I like Izuku. I like Midoriya's arc. I like how it came back full circle. I like how he went to his limits to stop One for All and what's his name? I forgot his name. He that decays everything. But anyways, he risked it all and he gained the respect of all the heroes he looked up to. He was a stan of All Might. And then, a little, he didn't really have a quirk. He got his quirk passed down to him. So everybody was all looking down on him to be that one guy who stood up to One for All. And made shit happen when nobody thought that could be possible. United all the heroes to stand up and fight for the people. And that shit was emotional, man. And for it to be the last season, I didn't really like Vigilantes that much. So I'm going to give it to Izuku Midoriya for this one for My Hero last season. Best animation, we have Dan to Dan, Gachi Yakuta, My Hero, One Piece, Solo Leveling, Season 2, Togepi's Original Sin. And for this one, I give it to One Piece just because of how far it came, bro. I remember episode 1, arc 1, how the art was. That shit made me nauseous. It made me sick to my stomach, fam. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, can I make it through? I need this shit to be updated. As it got to what it is now, and the arc it is now, just the different shots, the different art styles they use now. Yeah. Toby, hey, bro, you guys are doing your shit with this. I'd be remiss if I didn't give credit to thousands of episodes. I know it's only for this season. This season was just apex art. I liked Gachi Yakuta a lot. Dan to Dan had different shit. It's between Dan to Dan, and again, I'm sorry, I'm not giving these other shows just due. If you guys are in the anime community, you're probably like, Apothecary Daughters was sick. The summer Hakaru died was sick. And I'm just going off of what I saw. This is my bias right here, but yeah, I'm going One Piece with animation. And then lastly, for anime of the year, we have the Apothecary Diaries Season 2, Dan to Dan Season 2, Gachi Yakuta, My Hero last season, The Summer Hikaru Died, and Topeka's Original Sin for anime of the year. For me, I know that My Hero is probably going to win because this last season was super, super emotional. And My Hero has so many fucking fans, and this is a fan vote. I'm sure My Hero is going to win this one, but Dan to Dan Season 2, just coming off of Season 1, the hype for Season 2, I just liked so much. And they delivered. Each episode was something different, a different situation for them to solve. The statue guy, just his story, it was funny, but at the same time, dope as fuck, great fighting, emotion, comedy. It was just a good. So for anime of the year, I will give to Dan to Dan 2, in my personal opinion. Gachi Yakuta is fairly new, so I feel like when season 2 comes and they move the story on a little bit more, I think next year has, well, JJK is going to probably win everything next year because how good this season was. But hey, the next season of Gachi Yakuta, whenever it comes out, make it 2028 probably because yeah, JJK is going to win everything this year. But yeah, it should be cool. It should be cool. So Anime Awards is coming out real soon, May 23rd. Check up on the winners, some shit that I want to see. If you haven't seen any of the shows, go watch them now. My winners are just projected, you know what I'm saying? Those are some of the shit that I like, some of the insight that I have from watching the shows that I have this year. I've been catching up on a lot, watching a lot of new shit. When it drops, I'll be here for y'all. Anime side, bro. I got you guys. Don't think I changed on y'all. Although I don't talk about it every episode, especially when the sports heavy seasons, I'm here. And I got some shit coming up for y'all, man. I got some shit coming up for y'all. Dorohedoro, Netflix, Raw, right now. Check that out. Not too much more on anime though. Let's move on to music because we just got a release date for Drake's Iceman. We've been waiting how long? We saw all the promotion, all the promos, people talking about it. when is it gonna drop? We haven't really gotten a single yet. We got a whole bunch of snippets throughout the little I don't know exactly if it was a documentary or the leaked files or whatever it was dropped a little bit ago. There's some cool snippets on there. The one where he was riding in the car and with the Pinocchios and shit. That shit was clean as fuck. May 15th, guys. May 15th, a little bit after Memorial Day, we will be having Iceman drop, and hopefully we're provided for some tunes for the summer, some tunes, as he would say, man. Promotion was pretty dope. They put a whole bunch of ice somewhere in Canada, maybe in Toronto, and they said the date release date of the album's inside of this ice box. There's a whole bunch of ice, and fans were out there, streamers were out there trying to break the ice to see when the date would, and when the date was, when the date could be. Until eventually a streamer found the package supposedly had $50,000 in it, and the release date for the album. Great promotion, but I can't wait to hear what's on it, who's on it. We hear some slaps, man. Again, we talked a little bit about albums and music and how it didn't really have much staying power, no matter who the artist is, and nobody is Drake. You know what I'm saying? That Kendrick album, it lasted a whole year. The GNX, it lasted a while. So not to compare these two guys, but I want to say that's the last album that's lasted a full year's run that hasn't been gone by the wayside 2 weeks and out of there. So I think Drake can get an album out that can last a long time if he puts out the right amount of singles. People are gonna buy it and do whatever with it and like it just because it's Drake. And the One Party Next Door, I don't know if it did great numbers, but I feel like a Drake solo album is gonna do incredible numbers, and I can't wait to hear it, man. I cannot wait to hear it. Though he's probably gonna be on some talk about the beef stuff a lot and trying to get his licks back on some shit that's been happening while he's been being silent. But fuck it, man. Do whatever makes you happy. I just want to hear the slaps, brother. You ain't gonna hear. I mean, there is gonna be some bias from me because if it's a bad song, I'm gonna say it's a bad song. If it's a good song, it's gonna be a good song. That's the kind of bias I have. But yeah, man, I never really picked a side when it came to that Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing, man. I'm all about the music and I'm all about the pop culture and the effect that it has on all of us. And it had a good effect and a bad effect. We got a whole bunch of music out of it and a whole bunch of good music out of it that we got to break down and debate every word of. But then after that, it just music, anything that came out after that, that wasn't them two, wasn't very important or didn't really have any staying power. And a lot of artists tried and failed. So maybe when Drake gets back on, and puts out this album, we'll see what the content, has to do with. But hey, I'm trying to get out there on a boat, out there in some tropical weather, go out to the Bahamas and shake my tail. You know what I'm saying? Drink a little cocktail, some shit. So let pause. Let's get out here and do something, Drake. I can't wait. More to come as some more promotion rolls out. Maybe we get a single, some little something to lead up, so I can talk to you guys about and catch y'all temperature before Iceman drops. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's it for music. Didn't really have much. A little bit of cinema corner before we get up out here. Euphoria is back. If you guys haven't seen the first couple of episodes, there's 2 episodes out now. Is there two? Yeah, 2 episodes out, and it's freaky as it used to be, man. Sydney's not spoiler alert, just a little bit, but I mean, this is a spoiler alert. So, the fellas in the chat probably want to hear it. Sydney Sweeney get naked. She get naked at the beginning of the episode. That's pretty much what a lot of the male population is watching the show for, anyways. But other than that, of course, we have Zendaya acting her ass off as Rue. She gets into more and more shenanigans, and this kind of just gives us an insight on the entertainment world and in the mind of young adults. You know what I'm saying? Where we are right now as a society. Some of the girls in the show are going through shit trying to get Instagram famous, and it just kind of shows the lengths that some people are willing to go to get that notoriety, and especially coming from affluent backgrounds, even if you are from that kind of background. Just something as small as trying to keep up appearances of having money, just having it all together. People will go to different places to maintain that status quo. And then the effects of how that makes you look in the public when people find out what you're actually doing for that money. So, and then the relationships that we loved and garnered along the way in season 1s and 2s are back, and new crazy shit, new crazy situations that have to do with drugs. All the things we like about Euphoria are back. So check it out. Season 2 out right now. Enjoying what it has to show so far. It still got me thinking like, Rue, what the fuck are you doing? How are you always getting into these situations, bro? Like, what's going on? But I can tell this might be the last season for Zendaya because her acting chops are getting too big to have to, I wouldn't say dumb herself down to the salacious kind of just racy show. But a lot of shit that they're doing, you can tell it's for shock value, and it's like, oh, we did this shit in the past, and this is what people liked about it, so we have to continue that and just bear with it for a little bit more before you go and do your Oscar-winning roles that are way more serious than showing your titties and women just showing their vaginas on, or dudes showing their dicks or being undercover gay. It's just a lot of stuff that. Not saying that any of this stuff is bad, but it's just a lot when it's supposed to be potentially marketed towards young adults. Because I know a lot of the older people that I know are not watching this, and some younger kids are way too young to be watching this. So I don't know who it's really aimed towards. I'm not bashing it either because I enjoyed the show, but it's just each season is just at a different level of wildness to the lengths that they go. We watch shows that are kind of crazy. The Boys and Gen V and shit like that has kind of crazy shit implied and shit like that as well. Drug use. We watch shows like that shit all the time. But I don't know. The first episode of this one kind of seemed kind of soft porny to me. It's like, if that was episode 1, I don't know how much more they can go on like this. This is a little wild, but it's interesting. And just to round it up, The Boys, man. The Boys episode 4. Last episode I said we were watching. We were like on episode 5 or some shit. My bad. We were only on episode 2 or episode 3. I was tripping. They dropped episode 1 and 2 the first day, and then that second week was episode 3. So I don't know where I got 5 from. Watching all these shows concurrently just got me fucked up to what episode I'm actually on. But yes, this recent episode was pretty good too, man. The episodic weekly shenanigans the boys are getting into. I actually want to see them get down to the nitty gritty now. What are we doing with this virus? Where's V1? Show us some more characters. We get it. The boys are arguing. We get it. Homelander is going through a midlife crisis with him and his dad, and he thinks he's God now, but I don't know. Maybe they are moving at a good pace. I'm just kind of getting impatient with the ultimate conclusion of let's fight. Let's see who's going to kill each other. One of the people in the boys is going to have to die. Somebody's going to die. When is that going to happen? I just don't want them to be fighting each other, arguing the whole time. I know it's part of the boys as well. But let's get this throwing hands, man. Homelander sees these motherfuckers way too much and not have killed them one time. You know what I'm saying? The 7, they're fighting amongst each other as well. They're not really throwing hands. I know it says not the Avengers and shit like that. They ain't gonna be throwing hands. It's more so of the message and the comedy and the story. But sheesh, man. I feel like a couple of these episodes have been the same. The drama has been cool, man. The relationships have been going here and there. A lot of similarities to other shows. They did call out Walking Dead and Last of Us in this one, and Starlight going home kind of reminded me of X-Men when Bobby Drake's brother called the police on him and the shit had to go left because, yeah, a lot of similarities to that, but we'll see what happens, man. But ultimately, like I said, we want to see the fight. Is Soldier Boy gonna end up killing Homelander for the boys? Are they gonna join forces? Is Ryan, stepson's name that I couldn't remember last episode, is he gonna end up, helping Billy? Is he gonna end up killing Homelander? What's gonna happen and what's up with how the Gen V people are gonna connect into this? You know what I'm saying? So I hope we see them before the end of the episode or end of the season, so we can see how it it's gonna carry on. I want to see Marie Moreau. She was mentioned already when Giancarlo Stanton got grabbed up, so she's supposed to be with Starlight, but we'll see. Also, Michael Jackson's coming out this weekend, so you guys don't forget to go see that. Support. I was going to see it today, Ben, but so the reviews are coming back kind of bad, and I'd rather see Matt and Nate than rushing to go see it and being tired and not being able to record with y'all. So I'll probably try to get a review in early, maybe just a Michael Jackson review. Maybe I'll throw one on Sunday, throw it up early, and just a little quick review, let you guys know how I like the instant reaction style. But yeah, I didn't rush there to get there today, but yeah, that's about it. Watch Beef Season 2 though. Beef Season 2 also on Netflix is pretty epic. And the new Kevin Hart comedian show, I forgot what it was called though, but it's kind of like a talent search show where they have a bunch of comedians go to different cities and showcase stand-up comedians who they are going to pick to give a shot to become the next big stand-up comedian. So very interesting. I am a big fan of stand-up comedy and stand-up comedians. I listen to a lot of their podcasts and they supply a lot of laughs and motivation for me to get through my week. So I would be remiss if I didn't return the support and have you guys check out some up and coming guys and girls, ladies, to provide the same laughter and relief and exhale from this real world that we have to deal with every day. And Kevin Hart's hilarious. Keegan Michael Key is on there. Chelsea Handler, Kamal Manjani. I forgot who the other guy was, but a bunch of comedians out there judging talent. So go watch that as well. Bunch of quality stuff on TV if you don't want to be outside. I understand outside is kind of crazy right now, but hey, man, everybody. It's never bad to touch grass. WNBA season's gonna be coming real soon. I'm gonna be reviewing a lot of WNBA this year because I'm gonna be at a lot of the games. Season tickets, baby. Let's go Valks. And Sabrina and Satsu was on the same team for the Liberty. So you know I'm gonna have a lot of basketball to talk to. I'll be following those two teams really closely. So be ready for that. But I guess we made it to the end where I let them know where to find me at. It's SAC_Lydell on the Instagrams, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. And you have Instagram for Best of Bias, it's Best of Bias, of course. And then you have on the TikToks is Best of Bias Podcast. You can find me and Growly on there posting promos and clips from the upcoming videos of the past, just to get you guys up on date of what's going on. Instagram, of course, on the Best of Bias Instagram, it's going to be a whole bunch of previews. What I'm going to be talking about on previous next podcast or stuff that I might not talk on the podcast, but I want you to know, I know you know, I know. So check out the stories, leave comments, let me know how you feeling. And of course, go like and share on my actual page, SZN4Lydell. Let's get some of the followers over there too. You know what I'm saying? I'll be keeping it fresh over there and be doing some activities. DreamCon soon, Comic-Con soon, travel soon, shit's coming soon. So be on the lookout. A lot of Best of Bias content coming your way. Hope you guys like all the new thumbnails. Hopefully that's attracted more viewers to come listen to this crazy, amazing podcast. And of course, thank you, AKA, for getting these videos up all the time. Without you, I don't know where I would be right now. So I appreciate you. And we got to make this worldwide, baby. Soon it's gonna be Best of Bias media to the world. But hey, for now, you guys, you have a good rest of your day. Whenever you listen to this pod, have a good rest of your day. And I love y'all. It's Lydell Dinero, episode 282 in the books, season 4. I'm not gonna say in the books like the last time, but where that theme song at is right here. Yeah. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Best of bias. Yeah.